Middle Tennessee is known for a rich cultural heritage, particularly in the music and the arts. One of the key cities in the area is Murfreesboro, which has earned its nickname Bucket City. Murfreesboro is home of Middle Tennessee State University, which plays a pivotal role in fostering artistic talent and promoting music education. Bucket City Mouthwash is a podcast that focuses on the artistic community in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and the broader Middle Tennessee region. The podcast serves as a platform to highlight the stories and projects of local artists, providing them with an opportunity to share their experiences, insights, and creative endeavors.
Good morning, Scufflemöss.
Good morning to you.
Yeah. So I'd like to start. Can you tell us where you sprouted from? Or?
Yes. So up until recently, I knew that I came from Europe, but I wasn't exactly sure because I'm not a geologist. So I recently found out I come from the Black Forest in Germany, and that goes along with kind of. I don't want to call it my backstory because it's my life. You know, I came from the Black Forest a long time ago. One day I was just walking through the forest after several hundred years of living, and I came across a bakery. And the bakery had a big crate of buns, and I fell into it and I ate them. And I fell asleep. The next thing I know, I'm in America. I got shipped here.
Alright. When did you start playing music?
Playing music. So that started in about 2018. After a couple of years of just hanging around the local scene and learning about music and what it is for humans.
Yeah. So, when did you meet your friends in Wüden?
So that started on Facebook about the same time. I started in 2018 as a solo act, then 2019 upgraded to a full band. And first I connected with my friend Flurpis, also known as Quentin Thornton, and he was like, let's get a band together. So we did. I got him as my drummer, then I recruited Dingo Reed, also known as Adam Reed, and he helped to facilitate that. He helped us locate a bassist and really formed the backbone of Woodland back in the day. And this was back in 2019, towards the end of 2018. Then we stumbled upon another guitarist, and that was Rick Patore, who he went by the guise of Zopi for a long time, but decided at the very last Wüden Boi show that he would reveal himself, and it was Rick Patore all along. We also had, there was Flurpis, Daddy Cat, who was our bass player, which you may know Daddy Cat as another person in Nashville. He goes by Neef. So that's another special secret thing. But he was our bass player. Then there was Adam as our rhythm guitarist, and our lead guitarist was Rick Patore. So it was a great time for a couple of years just playing music together in Nashville and getting to participate in the community.
Yeah, I was actually living with Quentin at the kitchen at around that time. Yeah, I think he had buttholes for eyes, right?
That's right. He did have buttholes for eyes.
Yeah. You spent any time going to the Ren Fair this year?
No, actually, I'm not allowed at the Ren Fair.
Really?
Yeah, they don't let people like with my face in. If that makes any sense.
Wow.
Yeah, I've tried. They said no. So, I let it be. Wow. I'm usually pretty respectable about going places. I try not to go places that I'm not wanted. Because, I want people to have a good time. and I want to have a good time, but I also want them to have a good time.
Did you guys practice at the kitchen at all, or?
There was one practice in particular that I remember with Flurpis. We only practiced once at the kitchen, and it was just me and him. And we actually came up with a song there on the spot. And it was a really great song. I wish I could recreate it. But it was called Mega Church. And it was basically his song, his character song in the band. And it was about growing up in a house with religious peoples and having to be forced to be someone that you're not. So it was a good song that I wish I would have recorded.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. I've done that a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite thing about Buns?
But Bun?
Yeah.
So Bun is the lifeblood. It is delicious, it's nutritious, and it fills me with happiness. So, Bun is just very soft. It makes me very happy because it tastes good, and I like the way it feels on my teeth.
Oh yeah. So you had story time online too. Can you tell me about getting that started and your little friend with that? Little
Yes.
puppet friend, or not puppet.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, story time actually started before I was a musician. That was back in like 2016, 2017. And I stopped doing story time specifically because I wanted to do music more. But story time started because I wanted to read children's books, stuff that's easily accessible and acceptable. And I just wanted to do stuff for other people to enjoy. And part of that was just reading kids' books. We read The Stinky Cheese Man, we read the original Pinocchio, we also did a couple of other books like, I think it was Penguin Pajama Party or something like that. But mainly we wanted to just do books and show people that it's fun to read and to learn. And that's kind of why I wanted to do story time for the time that I did it. It was also really nice to be able to interact with friends on the internet at the time, and have them tune in and enjoy what I was doing at the time. That also turned into making videos for YouTube, because at first Storytime was just Facebook Live. And I wanted to do more than that. I wanted to bring it from just Facebook Live all the way up to YouTube and on Instagram. So I started editing my own videos. And so I would set up a couple of iPhones in the office, and we would just film those story times and release them the very next day. And Storytime eventually turned into another video show that I wanted to do, which was called Scuffling Scene Spotlight. And that we had a couple of people like Jack Bronson from Toxic Culture, and also Jack's Guitar Archaeology. He was specifically there to talk about his guitars. And it was really cool because I got to touch some of his really cool guitars. But we also had the Deads back from when they were doing their thing. We had Daisy Dead and Meta Dead, and they came and we talked about the Deads and how they came to be and what they were doing. So it was great having some artists on the show as well. We also had folks like Catherine Ashby from London. She was in town with her friend J.R. Willis, and they came on the show and they played a little thing. It was great to have them there because I really enjoyed having a foreign guest on the show. And another one that we did was, what was his name? He's a good friend of mine. He recently got throat cancer, but he's on his way to remission. But he was a violinist, and he was on the show talking about his new book. What is his name? It's Cody Corey Ingold. And he sells books. He writes Civil War books. So it was interesting having another different person on the show who could actually hold a conversation about something that wasn't music, but he was very much into music. He had a big Misfits tattoo on his shoulder, and he's a really cool guy. I saw a picture of him recently from his youth. He looked a little bit like Jerry Only from the Misfits. It was really cool.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I saw Jerry. Saw Misfits when I was in high school. I crowd surfed on the stage. They said nobody do that again, and then or I'm gonna kick somebody off the stage. And then someone did it right after me, and then Jerry Only kicked him in the chest and right into the crowd. I was at Gilligan's. Yeah. Yeah. So are you still doing story time now, or?
No, story time stopped because I wanted to focus on music and working. Because everyone has to work, and music is just kind of the thing I want to do on the side of working. I don't do videos very much anymore because it takes too much time, and all I have is an iPhone. I don't have fancy cameras anymore. But I wish I could do story time again. I think it would be a good thing. I just don't have the right spot for it. I used to do it in an office at home, but since then the room has been converted into more of a cat room, and that's where the cats hang out, and it smells terrible in there. So I don't do very much video stuff anymore. I was doing a monthly show with my friend Count Drahoon. He's a vampire. He wanted to do a blue screen or green screen type of entertainment video, and I was down for it. I have a blue screen because I fade away in green screens, so I needed a blue one. He would write scripts for us, and I would act out the scripts, and we had a lot of fun with those. But honestly, doing videos it takes a lot of time and energy, and sometimes I don't have the right place to do them. We're still filming promos for our live shows because him and I do live shows together at Cedar Glade Brews in Murfreesboro. We host a countdown of videos and monsters and different concepts of movies. Like recently we did the best and worst Draculas or vampires, and we had like Edward Cullen was on the list for being a bad vampire, but Adam Sandler was actually on the list for being a good vampire. Yeah. Did you know that he was a vampire?
No.
Yeah, he was in the Hotel Transylvania films.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But we also did Godzilla, which was another good one. I got to sing at that one. I sang Godzilla by Blue Oyster Cult. And also I got to perform one of my own songs after we finished the show. And it was off of my most recent album.
Nice. Where'd you meet Count Drahoon?
Interestingly enough, at the kitchen. Yeah, he asked to do a short, not really that short, it was like 15 minutes, but he had Wooden on the show. And that was back when he was doing Count Drahoon's Feature of Fright. And that was his main thing. He was on Trauma Now. I don't know, do you know Trauma?
Oh, yeah.
So he was on Trauma Now with Count Drahoon's Feature of Fright. And he had Scufflemöss's band, Wooden, on the show. And we played a couple of songs. We made it like a miniature concert for him. We even had a big chicken come in and I beat him up. But that was Count Drahoon's thing, was he would film different, I guess, different movie-related things, but his main bread and butter have always been movies. But for some reason, he had Wooden on the show. It was cool.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember him telling stories during pandemic time you did some story time during pandemic too, didn't you?
I think during pandemic times, I was mainly focused on doing cooking shows.
Okay.
I was doing a lot of cooking. Not good cooking. I'm not a chef by any means. I just liked to make stuff. Like, I think one time we did some Cajun shrimp quesadillas. And that was just some frozen shrimp with some cheese and a tortilla. But, you know, at the time, it actually garnered a little bit of attention. There was... Do you know the actor Jason Marsden? I'm sure you know him just by his voice.
Maybe.
Yeah, he was Binks in Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
He's Max Goof in the Goofy movie. He he had a show during the pandemic times, and he actually reached out to me and was like, "Hey, I want you to do a segment for my show. Because you're doing these cooking shows, I want you to do something different and fun." And so I did a I Love Lucy style video with myself playing the husband coming home from work, and then my wife was also me. So I was also my wife. And we also had a son named Garble. And he's my son. He's great. I love Garble. But it was interesting playing two parts in the same video and also having my son in the video. And then that got to get put on Jason Marsden's show, and it was great seeing it with other professional artists. And I don't remember if you know, but do you know Fable Cry?
Yes.
Yes, they were also on Jason Marsden's show. So it was interesting being able to be on the same thing as Fable Cry.
Nice. Another show I know you were on was America's Got Talent. Can you tell us about that time?
That is true. I was on AGT. That was the product of a couple of years of work. I had gotten reached out to by a lady named Wendy Satsvian, and she is the casting director at AGT. She wanted me to audition for AGT, and I agreed. So I whipped up a video of my audition, and I talked to the judges, and then she wanted me to also make a video of me playing guitar. So I played Three Little Birds by Bob Marley. And I did that. I performed that. And then she wanted one more thing, and it was a good production or good produced song. And I went to my friend Rick Patore, and he produced Wooly Bully for me, which you know Wooly Bully. So he produced that almost overnight. It was incredible. He did it in a matter of hours. It sounds great. In fact, I keep it as my first video on YouTube because it's just, he did such a good job. But we put together that, then we went, I waited a while. I waited like 3 months to hear back from Wendy. She said that she would let me know as soon as it happened. Nothing happened. So I was cool with it. So I didn't get picked. That's fine. I waited about another year and a half or so. Then suddenly I got a call from Wendy. And she's like, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but we want to have you on the show. And I was like, do I have to audition again? She said, no, your last audition was good enough. So next thing I know, within a matter of days, they flew me out to California. And they put me up in the Hotel Pasadena, or the Hotel Dina, Pasadena, that's what it was. And then I was on and off the set for 2 days. Just kind of hanging out with other contestants. Like there was a witch named Bora from Salem, Massachusetts, and another person from California named who goes by Goat versus Fish, and he likes to ask you very specifically, are you goat or are you fish? And that's totally your choice. Are you a goat or are you fish? If you choose neither of them, you're a fence sitter. So I got to meet these people, and it was a great experience. Never would I give it up, because it was probably one of the best experiences of my life, being able to go and be on national television. So on the second day, that's when I got to go on stage.
I know! Please, it's not Halloween! Oh my God.
Who are you? Right? Where are you from? Okay, and do you think you can win? Okay, good luck.
Open sleigh, over the hills we go. Those old dogs to beat, keep spirits bright. What fun it is to laugh and sing a sleighing song today. Get off the stairs!
Thank you. Howie, yes or no?
No.
Sophia?
No!
Heidi?
9.
Did you mean 9 no's?
9 nose. He looks like Howie, just a little bit.
You're right.
Howie after a makeover?
Yes.
Okay, well, nice to meet you. I'm sure we'll see each other again at some point in the future.
Simon, where do you think you're going to be seeing him again in the future?
I just think I will.
I like everything, and I didn't like it.
I'm sorry. They chose everything for me, so I didn't really get to do what I wanted to do. It was what they wanted to do. And part of that was they wanted me to sing Jingle Bells. Mm-hmm. Not exactly a very good choice of song, in my opinion, but that's what they wanted. They wanted me to be Christmas Troll. So I could be Christmas Troll. I be Christmas Troll is okay. But I am Forest Troll at heart. Mm-hmm. I love being Forest Troll. But they want Christmas Troll. So when it came time for me to go on stage, I got to meet Terry Crews, and he was not very nice.
Really?
Yes, he actually said that I would do better on a forest troll show, not a human show. So it felt kind of a little bit speciesist, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
But I got to go out on the stage, They asked me some questions. I answered candidly. And I was the best forest troll that I could be. Then the music cued. And I started dancing to it. And then within a few moments I got the buzzer. And then I started singing. And within a few moments I got the buzzer. Then I got into it, and I was jingle bells, jingle all the way, and they buzzed me out again. And the last person to buzz me was Heidi Klum, and she just seemed to be like interested in what I was doing, but confused. And so it was Sophia Viagra who grabbed her hand and put it on the buzzer. And it was funny, and I enjoyed my experience. Then a few months later, I got to watch it on TV. They took out all of my dialogue, everything. They made me into a monster. Which, as you know, I mean, yeah, I look like a monster, but I'm a very nice person. I try to be a good person to every person that I meet, even if it means that we can't be friends. So, I was not impressed with AGT and how they handled it, but I still got to be there. It was an experience I'll never forget, and I'm thankful for it. But I ended up making a song about my experience called Buzzed Out. And it basically says, I got buzzed out, but I'm not bummed out. I turn it around, I'll make you scream and shout.
Nice. Yeah, we'll have to plug that in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did anyone reach out to you after America's Got Talent, or?
No, I've been living a pretty quiet life. I work for my living. And I actually work at a local place here in town called Emerald Heart, and we sell cannabis products. But the thing is, I haven't really pushed my stardom. I don't want to be a star. I don't want to be famous. I just want to be a forest troll. Count Rahoon is the only person who has reached out to me in a sense. And he has really made me his co-host on his show. And I enjoy doing that because I get to go out, I get to scuffle, and I get to have fun. While at the same time, other people are having fun. Also, at the place that we do these things, they have a very delicious cider that is made with CBD. And I love a good CBD cider because it doesn't have alcohol, and I don't drink. No alcohol.
Yep. Yeah, I'll have to check that out because I've been looking for the CBD ciders, not the Delta, without the Delta.
Yeah.
In them. Yeah. So I guess that was like, I guess you already get you're probably getting used to people coming from a forest and not really being around people.
Yeah. Yeah. It's difficult from time to time living in the forest because you don't get as much interaction with other people as you would think.
So next I'd like to talk about your self-produced albums. You're on your third right now, right?
Yes, that is correct. So I started off with Quarantine Sessions, which was a mixture of my first performance up to the end of the Wooden lifespan. It was a concept album that featured songs from my very first performance, peppered throughout, but it was meant to sound like you were on the radio. It starts off with a heavy dun 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 dun, and it is more of a gothic themed first song. Then it goes into my favorite song that I like to perform, which is called Jesus Pieces. And that is more of a hip-hop track. And it's like, coming out the forest like bun from the oven, got bread in my hand and spreading it like my lovin'. Then it goes into more of a softer song, something a little more like an indie track. Then it kind of gets a little heavier and heavier and goes into other songs like Root, which was recorded by Woodland back when it was a full band. And that one had a lot of memories tied to it because it was spanning over the course of like 2 or 3 years of music. And that was just quarantine sessions. There was also some covers on there that were really great, mostly produced by Rick Pittore. Again, he did Wooly Bully. He did, what was the other one? Are You Lonesome Tonight? You know, the Elvis song. And also, we did All I Want for Christmas Is You, the Mariah Carey one. Which, that one's a lot of fun, and I enjoy it a lot at any time of the year. So that was Quarantine Sessions. Then my next album, which released in 2023, was Music to Crash Your Spaceship To. And that one was all original songs produced by me. And it had rock, it had black metal, it had some heavy metal, and it had some techno. So it was an eclectic mix of all kinds of music. And I wanted it to be that way because that's just kind of how I do music. I enjoy keeping myself from being in a box. I don't like being in a box. Even though that's how I got here to America, was in the box. I like to think outside the box. So, Music to Crash Your Spaceship 2 was really a lot of fun. And I didn't get CDs made of that one until recently when I released my newest album, Fruends. And that one is a concept album of adventure. And adventure with your friends in specific. So we had the first track, which is an a cappella tune, and it's goes like, in lands of gold and tales untold, a legend to be spun, a tale of riches, glory, gold, and born beneath the sun. And that's how it starts off. Then it goes into more of a storytelling, and it tells the story of the album. And that was done by my friend Sean Carney. And also you can hear the voice of Rick Pittore in there as Zopi, and also Beefus Von Griefus, who also produced on the album. He lives out in Pennsylvania, and he and I have been friends for quite a bit of time, back to the Wooden era. He actually did some of my logos for Wooden. And he's also done all of the artwork for my albums as well. So it was nice having his voice actually come out on the album. And he was like, I've heard of the lost caverns of Eldrith. They sounds like they have treasures filled with imagination. And it's much more gruff than the way that I did it. But it was just part of the song. Then it goes into Dark Forest, which is a song about living in the dark forest. And how it's a great thing. Even though it's scary, it's a great thing. So, Dark Forest, then it goes into my favorite song, which I got to perform on stage at AGT during my practice It didn't air, but I got to perform it. And it was called I Love Bun. And it's literally a song about how I love Bun. So that's one of my favorites. Then the next one is No More Apologies. And that one gets a little more tongue-in-cheek. And it's a bit about the struggles that I've had with some people throughout my life. Like, there's one person who I had to take off a gig because they were being a pig. And I couldn't deal with that at the time. But that didn't stop them from acting like a pig and spilling blood and making problems for me. So I put it in a song. Then there was another person who also got put into the song because they also, in a sense, disrespected what I do. And they didn't really, give me a chance to be me. I thought they were my friend, but they ultimately weren't. Then the last one was a little more close and personal because it was a bit more someone who I thought was very close to me, but they had other ideas. So they got put in the song, and that is No More Apologies. Then the next song on that album is, what is it called? Balrog Boss Battle. And that's about a Balrog, from Lord of the Rings. And having a fight with one, but your greatest strength is your friends, the people that you keep closest to you. And it was produced by Beavis von Griefus. He arranged the tracks. He also wrote the guitar and the bass on the track. Then I had Frank Wolfman from Florida. I think he's from Destin, Florida. But he did the drums on the track. And we did all of this without having to get together. It was all just over the internet. So it was a really great experience to be able to work with such talented people without ever having to meet them. Frank Wolfman, I haven't heard from him since it was done. Last thing I heard from him was the email with the track, and then he disappeared. He's a werewolf.
Yeah.
So you never know with werewolves.
Yeah.
And the last person on that track was Garrett Devon out of Nashville. He is called the Mad Uke Bard, or the Painted Gentleman. He does ukulele, so I had him come up with the ending for that song. I said, just come up with something that is victorious but somber at the same time. So he came up with the ending to the song, and it was so perfect. It fits the song. It almost sounds like it's a separate song in its own way, but it is part of the song. So altogether it sounds amazing. I love the way it sounds. Then there is the next song called My Friends, and that one's a little more punk, and it's got some messy guitar work and some muffled bass and some heavy drums. And it's just a fun track about going to the show with your friends. Then the last song on the album is called... What is it called? It's My Friends. Oh, Black Desert Road. And that one is about alien abductions. Yeah, it's supposed to take the whole album and send it on the next journey. So part of that is getting abducted by an alien. And that is Black Desert Road. Then there's a couple of bonus tracks on that album as well. There's Build a Sandwich, which is exactly how it sounds. It's a beef and bun song. which is myself and Beefus von Griefus. We collaborated on a couple of tracks, and one of those, or two of those tracks made it on the album. And the one, Build a Sandwich, just is about building a sandwich. The next song is called Giant Freaking Robots. And it's about giant freaking robots. And coming to Earth to destroy human race. But you have to be strong because you are human beings. Human beings are resilient. So that was Giant Freaking Robots. And then I also snuck in a secret little hidden song. And it's one that I encourage everyone to listen to the full album so that you can hear that special song, because I want you to hear that song. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. It's a cover, but it's a pretty good cover.
Yeah. Yeah. You know who else likes crashing spaceships is Gwar.
Yeah, Gwar. Gwar definitely does crash their spaceship quite a lot.
Yeah.
I love Gwar.
Yeah. Me too. Can you tell us about the Tennessee Wildman Convention?
Yes, so the Tennessee Wildman Cryptid Convention is going to be happening in McMinnville this summer on August 16th, which is a Saturday. It is a conglomeration of people who like Bigfoot and Sasquatch and aliens and all those cryptid creatures. And I got asked by a gentleman who is running the convention to come as his guest. I'm going to have a booth, and I'm going to be sitting there and meeting people and just talking about whatever. You know, giving out CDs, giving out patches, just having a great time and meeting a bunch of people who are there to meet cryptids and talk about cryptids. And it's gonna just be a fun time. Yeah.
Who are some of your favorite cryptid friends?
Bigfoot, obviously. I also really like the marshlands creature. There's also the Jersey Devil. That one's a fun one. Which I think that the Jersey Devil and the Chupacabra are very similar. Yeah, I have a feeling they're the same creature. We just haven't correlated yet. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of Bigfoot people. And Bigfoot he's the glue that holds human beings together, because he must be the missing link or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. All Bigfoot and Smallfoot alike.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And on the 20th, your next self published album is coming out, right?
Oh, it already came out.
Okay.
Yeah, it came out on March 23rd of this year. So it is available on all streaming platforms. It's on Bandcamp, and I have it available on CD as well.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Huh? Is there anything else you'd like to plug in?
Yes. So Count Rahun and I are going to be doing another video show on the 28th of June. And we're going to be doing aliens this time. And it's going to be a fun time. We're going to have a couple of comedians coming out at this one. They're going to be opening up for us. And then also they're going to join in on our mockery of the bad cinema. And giving their opinions about cinema as well.
Nice.
It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
We'll be able to get a CBD cider.
Yeah.
And watch some movies.
That sounds great. Yeah. What movies you've enjoyed recently?
Recently, I watched Long Legs. Have you seen Long Legs? With Nicolas Cage.
I love Nicolas Cage. I don't think I've seen Long Legs.
Watch it. It's really great. It's kind of like 2 days The Silence of the Lambs.
Oh.
It's really that good. It's about a FBI agent who investigates a killer. And they are chasing down this killer who is called Longlegs. And Longlegs is played by Nicolas Cage. It's the first time that he's played a feminine role. And it's really, really good. So I really liked Longlegs. I also rewatched Wicked. You know Wicked?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I actually enjoyed that, which was weird because I didn't think that I would. But I did actually enjoy Wicked.
Nice. Yeah. I've been really impressed with Nicolas Cage in the last 5 years or so, like with Mandy and Dream Scenario.
Yeah, Dream Scenario was good too. I like that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, is it Color in Space? I think is another one.
Yeah, The Color Out of Space.
Yeah.
That one was based on a H.P. Lovecraft story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you told any H.P. Lovecraft stories in your?
Not on story time, because I feel like H.P. Lovecraft can go over some people's heads.
Yeah.
Because he is, first and foremost, he is a racist. So I don't really want to support that.
Right.
But he had some very interesting ideas about monsters. And he was a very disturbed person. I read several of his stories, and they are, they're okay. They're not like the best thing that you've ever read, but they're definitely unique.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the cosmic horror, psychological horror type thing would probably be a little much for young.
Yeah, it gets pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't really want to like promote too much psychological horror with what I do.
Yeah.
I want people to feel comfortable.
Right. It might stick her garble too.
Yeah, exactly. Garble would probably become a murderer or something.
Yeah. Do you have any plans to play any shows?
No shows. I've kind of decided to put the live aspect of my life behind me. I did try to play a couple of shows a few years ago towards the end of the Wooden saga. It was hard getting a drummer. And it's still hard getting a drummer.
Oh, yeah.
So it's... Once Florpus left the band, it became more difficult to play those live shows. So I just decided that part is over. I had a great time. I'm happy with what I did. I'm happy with what we did. And I would really love the best for everyone who took a part in it. But unfortunately, that part is over.
Yeah. I know I really appreciated you coming to my birthday party.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think Tank Rats played. That was at Meter Majora.
Yeah. That was a great night.
Do you have any closing thoughts maybe you'd like to share with our audience?
I hope anyone that is watching can take what they watched today and learn from my mistakes to make their life better. I've had mistakes. I've made mistakes. I've met people that I regret. But at the same time, they made me a stronger person. And now I can be a much stronger person for other people. I like people to be themselves. Be yourself is what I want to really push forward from the narrative. Do not hold yourself back. Be the best person that you can be. and support other people as well. That's all I have.
Great words, yeah. Well, we appreciate you leaving the forest to come out and spend time with us. Yeah.
Thank you for having me. It was lovely being here and talking with you. It's been a pleasure being your friend on the Facebooks and knowing you for as long as I have.
I was walking downtown late one night when my eyes beheld a weird sight. For a man from a store walked close by, and suddenly, but without surprise, he wore no mask. He didn't wear a mask. He wore no mask. Held my breath as I walked past. He wore no mask. It's such an easy task. He wore no mask. He didn't wear a mask. From the wine stores in Nashville East, with the congregations led by priests, the anti-vaxxers came out from the woodwork to assault and demean and to act like a jerk. Just wear a mask. You should wear a mask. Just wear a mask. It's such an easy task. Just wear a mask. It's not that much to ask. Just wear a mask. Yes, you should wear a mask. We were all having fun. The year had just begun. There were so many plans, man. But now that's all done. The scene was rockin', Nashville bringing the sound. The people were also sure what's the pulse going around.